Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have your weekly preview for the week of July 31st, 2023. Ride 'em, Bomb Boy. New ultra-rare troop, Bomb Rider. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Invasion. Help your guild defeat enemy towers this week. Build a team from a troop type, Goblin, and invade every day. The Dread Captain's Chest, the campaign has started. 62 more days on that bad boy. Legends Reborn, Adana, replay the kingdom story and unlock new pets for the kingdom. Week of Zaijen, all Zaijen troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Goblins, all Goblins gain 10% to their skills. And bonus trait stones, use the Bomb Rider in PvP to get a bonus trait stone. So yeah, we'll be going over the SOULFORGE, the Invasion, what's going on this week, the Glory Shop, the traitstone, the event key drop table, the campaign, Underspire, Epic Trials, Legends Reborn. There's a lot to go over this week, so it might be a longer video, but I will put in chapters. If you don't see them now, they will be there shortly, so you can click and go wherever you want by going to the bottom of the screen above like the progress bar. Click on that white little arrow and it should take you over to like to the right and have all the chapters, and you can pick whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for Epic Trial Team, if you're looking for Underspire, if you're looking for SOULFORGE, you can pick over there whatever section you're looking for. But shout out to those of y'all who watched the whole video. I will have a secret word in the video today. Alright, let's go to SOULFORGE. Let's see what's in here, what kind of troops we can craft. Let's put the mythics in order and the legendaries and see if there's any good weapons. I've not looked at this at all. We have Scoprio, Fountain of Stars, Megavore, and Scorpius. Woo! That's a close one there. I think Megavore, it's between Megavore and Scorpius. They're really close. Megavore, I don't know. Scorpius is really, if you have Urali, if you have the Scorpius Urali team, you can, especially with the Bane of Mercy, you can use that team pretty much anywhere you want for everything. As long as the color, as long as the restriction allows it, that team is like overall solid. It's not the best for any one thing, but it might be the best overall team. So it's not the fastest at any one thing, it's not the best for any one thing, but if you were like to take a team everywhere and get stuff done, it's a really good team for that. But Megavore is up there too, and I think technically I might have put Megavore slightly higher than Scorpius on my top 20 mythics. So I'm going to say Megavore is the best mythic in here this week. 24 blue, red, brown merfolk monster from Blackhawk. Eliminate all armor from all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy. Submerge myself. So that's cool because no matter how high their armor gets, you're going to eliminate all of it. And then still do pretty much true damage, right? Then it has Death Below. 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. That sounds like a really low chance. But if you're looping with something like Sycorax, you're getting that 8% chance over and over and over and over. And eventually you will get it. So it is a really cool troop. I like it a lot. It's probably a top 20 mythic. Is it top 10? No. Is it top 15? Potentially. Go check out my top 20 mythics if you want to know exactly where I slotted it. Scorpius, right there, but probably slightly under Megavore. If you have your rally, it gets a slight bump. 28 yellow, purple, brown, drifting sands monster. Deal damage to the last 2 enemies. The damage is lethal on any poisoned enemy. So the strat here is to use your rally with the Bane of Mercy. You curse everything with the Bane of Mercy. That makes them able to be poisoned no matter who they are. And then you poison them with your rally with a 4 or 5 gym match. And then you do lethal damage to 2 enemies at the same time and kill them. You do it and then you rinse and repeat and everything's dead. So it's a really good team overall for everything. I'm going to go with Fountain of Stars. I'm not a big Scoprio fan. Fountain of Stars isn't great, but it's slightly underrated. It's like a C+ type of mythic. 25 blue, red, yellow, bright forest, construct fey. Convert 5 green gems to purple potions and all brown gems to skulls. Cleanse all fey allies. So it'd be much better if it converted all green gems to purple potions. That's the thing it's kind of missing. And then a 15% chance to bless all allies when my turn begins with stone skin. So it's almost good. That's how I would describe Fountain of Stars. It's almost good. Then you have Scoprio, who's also almost good. 22 blue, green, brown, drifting sands, beast fey. Deal true damage to an enemy. Inflict poison and 3 stacks of bleed on them. If they are already poisoned, there's a 50% chance to kill them. So you see how this is not as good as Scorpius? It only does true damage to one enemy. It only has a 50% chance to kill something. And it only has a 50% chance to kill one thing. So it's half a Scorpius. It's not good. It has tough scales. And yeah, it's not great. I think Fountain of Stars is slightly better. Scoprio is a super average mythic. It's not bad or anything. It's just not good. So my overall for the mythics would be Megavore, Scorpius, Fountain of Stars, and then Scoprio. So if you're missing any of those, do them in that order. Should you though? That's up to you. Megavore is a top 15. So depends what you're doing. Mostly I recommend crafting top 10s first and saving your diamonds until you find a top 10, especially if you're doing them in order like Ironhawk and then High King Iron Gut, blah, blah, blah. All right, legendaries. Autumnal Imp, Scylla, Magnus, and Nimue. Scylla's probably the most useful. I don't know if I would put it above like Nimue or Magnus, but it's probably the most useful, the one I would actually use. So I'm going to give it first place for legendaries this week. 15 blue, purple, Black Hawk, Merfolk Monster. Deal damage to the last enemy. There's a 25% chance to kill them. Submerge all other allies. Create a Bone Storm or 4 or 5 gym match. That's pretty much the thing you're using is the Deadly Waters if you're using Scylla. It's nice every once in a while to get that instant kill, but it's only a 25% chance, so it's like a Hail Mary. The Bone Storm is what you're using it for, unlike the Skull Waterfall team. So if you're trying to assemble the Skull Waterfall team, which is a really fun team, it's not like the best team ever, it's just a really fun team when you're trying to level classes, maybe, with Wrath and Scylla and all that. This is an integral part of that team, and it's fun. Nimue, probably next, another kind of underrated troop, but it's actually good. Like, Fountain of Stars is underrated, but it's almost good. This is underrated, but it is good. 18 green, purple, Merlantis, Merfolk, Mystic. Transform yellow gems to skulls and red gems to purple. Silence the 2 strongest enemies. So it's a double conversion with a silence. It doesn't have any good traits. I think that's what's holding it back is the traits. It does steal 4 life from the first enemy when matching green gems, but man, if it had a good trait, it would be something we use all the time. But unfortunately, it doesn't. You can find some spots. It looks cool, too. Look at that. That's cool. It's a cool troop. But yeah, that would be my second this week for legendaries. Third would be Magnus. 16 purple-brown, darkstone, human. Deal damage to all enemies, boosted by diseased and poisoned enemies. Then disease and poison all enemies. Inflict a random stats effect on 4 or 5 gym matches. And impervious. And greedy. Super solid legendary. Last and least would be Autumnal Imp. 12 brown, primal elemental. Deal scatter damage and destroy 10 gems. If an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. Gain 8 magic on brown gem matches. It's not bad, it's just not good either. You're never going to use it, and yeah, if you get stuck with it, if you're a beginner that gets stuck with it somehow, it's like your first legendary ever, it wouldn't be terrible, but it's just there's so many other good things in the game. Why would you ever use Autumnal Imp? Alright. Got Rock Stabba, but you can get that in the Invasion event right now, so don't be getting it here and wasting diamonds. Go get it, because you're going to have to buy up in the shop anyway with the way the Invasion is, so don't buy this here. Gobsticker is a good weapon, but check this out. Look at Gobsticker. It explodes green gems, grant a random stats effect to all goblin allies, then summon a goblin troop. Look at Rock Stabba. Explode green gems, grant a random stats effect to all goblin allies, then summon a goblin troop. What the heck? Why is the weapon exactly the same except for the colors? It's kind of weird. Got Godmother's Wand, explode 3 gems and then create a wish gem. Never really use that. Hack Job, Zaijen allies, green and brown, not bad. Base Stick, it's one that, hey, you might whip out every once in a while and deal splash damage to an enemy, explode 8 gems of one of their mana colors. It's not bad. Sometimes I want to use it in certain events. I'm like, what? Does anybody have this thing? So you might want to grab it if you can, just for collection purposes. It's kind of fun. The Doomed Breaker's not good. Norbert's Turnip's probably the best weapon in here. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by goblin allies, then create a mix of 6 green and red gems for each goblin ally. There's red goblins and there's lots of green goblins, and it makes both of those colors, and it gets an extra turn. So it's really good. Flesh Ripper, not great. So Norbert's Turnip is the #1 weapon. Megavore's the #1 mythic. and Scylla would be the best legendary. What should you not leave this week without? I think I would get Norbert's Turnip first, and then start looking at Megavore. Then potentially Scorpius, and then probably Scylla. Maybe Gobsticker. Alright, so that's the SOULFORGE. SOULFORGE, let's move on to the Invasion. I do have a video with 2 Invasion teams on it. I think that's all you need because it's so easy this week. We got Goblins. We got a really awesome Tower Killer. One team just to go quickly in the early going, and then one team to kill the towers. That's pretty much all you need. So towers, defeat towers to earn rewards. Goblin, use this troop type in battles. Event captain is Slug Hoarder. Has 2 times magic and 2 times score in this event only. So whenever you have to use the Slug Hoarder if you want to get 2 times the points. It's similar to Bounty event where you use the Bounty Captain. That's the way things are going to be from now on in these types of events because they increase the rewards to stage like 16. So it used to be only to stage 12, but now they added 13, which has 2 shiny keys, 14, 5 Slug Hoarder shiny tokens, 15, Orb of Minions and Dragonite, and 16, 4 shiny keys and a major Orb of Chaos. I went to tier 4 in the shop. That was to get the weapon and then get multiple copies of Slug Hoarder. And then I went and used blue orbs on Slug Hoarder. That way I could still have multiple copies of it and have it fully ascended so I could get the extra points and everything. So yeah, you pretty much have to use Slug Hoarder, at least one of them on your team, to score enough points, to kill enough towers, to get those extra rewards. It's similar to Bounty and Journey now. But yeah, if you want the teams, go check out the other video. I'll link it at the end of this video in the bottom left-hand corner. You should see it pop up in the last 20 seconds of the video. Alright, so that's Invasion. It's pretty easy. Like I said, it's Goblins and the dude that has an extra turn. He's like a gold farming troop. He crushes towers in one shot. Okay, so let's go to the shop. That was Invasion and SOULFORGE. Always get your spoils of war. I'm never not going to say that because you should always do it. It's glory for event keys. Event keys are precious, and they're hard to get. We got Bomb Rider in the Glory Shop. 12 red, purple, Zaijen, Goblin. Explode a row and gain an extra turn. 20% chance to dodge scald damage. So if you're very, very early in the game, one of the first teams I recommend before you even get your Rowan team is a full Goblin team. So right now in the Glory Shop, you have one of your Goblins. You can get the Goblin Bomber from the Adventure Keys or whatever they are. Then you can get this guy, and then you can use your hero, and then you'll fill in the 4th slot with another Goblin at some point. But Goblins are really good super early in the game when you're trying to find your Rowan team. Maybe find a Leprechaun. Maybe go get the Miraji Queen in the Underworld. All that good stuff. You're finishing up your quests, like Forest of Thorns quest line to get Rowan. Goblins are very good early game. They're good throughout the whole game, but the very first team you're ever going to use, you should try to fill it up with like 3 Goblins. And here you go. Why I'm saying this is that's probably the only time anybody will ever use this guy would be to get him right now and use him early in the game before you use Rowan. Because he's not awesome or anything. He's not bad either. It's a Goblin, so it's automatically decent because it has an extra turn. But reminds me of like Goblin Bomber and stuff like that. Goblin Rocket. Comes in with Arcane Dark Traitstones, which are red and purple. We get 1 per. So let's go check that out, see what we can fully trait. Enraged Kurandara has Curse of Damnation. 40% chance to curse all enemies when my turn begins. Infernus has Conflagration. Burn all enemies on 4 or 5 gym matches. Ishtara has 50% chance to bless a random ally when my turn begins. Kurandara has Curse of Ruin. 50% chance to curse all enemies when matching 4 or more gyms. Obsidius is important. Earthquake. Stun all enemies on 4 or 5 gym matches. Voice of Orpheus. Cleanse all allies when matching yellow gyms. Queen Titania, Summer Veil, Fairy Fire, a random enemy on 4 or 5 gym matches. Pretty good. One of the best Fairy Fires in the entire game on a good troop. Umber Wolf has Penumbra, create a Dark Storm at the start of every turn. I think it's one of the only things in the entire game that has a perpetual Purple Storm. It just keeps going. The Purple Storm continues throughout the whole battle. Fist of Zorn, Empowered Converter, yellow gems to skulls. Drowned Sailor, Empowered Converter. Yellow gems to blue with a 20% chance to death mark the last 2 enemies boosted by gems converted. But yeah, the empowered part is the important thing for the trait stone. Yeah, that's about it. So look at your legendaries, you know, Queen Titania and stuff like that. The empowered converters, Drowned Sailor, and Fist of Zorn. And that's, you know, Umberwolf be the way to go with this stone, and then check on the mythics and see if they actually use this trait stone, like Voice of Orpheus and the Kurandaras and Obsidius and Ishtara and stuff like that. So that is the trait stone. Event key drop table. Let's go. We got Zaijen. It's a pretty good one. Zaijen is one that you would save up for sure. But the event key drop table is Zaijen troops only. So if you use event keys right now, you're only going to get troops from Zaijen. Which includes... Alright, we got Fairy Godmother, Flaming Oni, and High King Irongut. 2 of the best mythics in the entire game. Flaming Oni and High King Irongut. Especially High King Irongut, who is a top 3 mythic. No matter what you put up there, like at worst case scenario, he's a top 5 mythic. So something you should definitely get if you can. If you have event keys right now, you should probably throw them if you do not have Iron Gut. The only thing more important that you can actually get with event keys or diamonds would be Iron Hawk. So it's literally the only other thing that would be more important than High King Iron Gut. He's very useful in the underworld as well as many other places now with the Bane of Mercy. So very, very important troop. Only second to Ironhawk, like literally. So 24 blue, yellow, brown, Zaijen, goblin. Deal damage to an enemy with an equal chance to devour them equal to my attack. Gain an extra turn. So a devour, which is an instant kill that brings in all their durability, attack, and magic and adds it to your stats. And then you get an extra turn on top of that. And you can get a devour based on your attack rate. And you can make your attack 100 in the underworld, so it's a 100% chance to devour. And then other places, you can use the Bane of Mercy, who gives him attack, and then curses all enemies so they can be devoured. It's just a perfect. And he's really good with, like, Zul'Goth, too, if you have Zul'Goth. So High King Irongut, top 5 mythic at worst, and most people would probably put it in, like, 2nd or 3rd. I'm only saying this because there's Diamantina, there's Zul'Goth, there's Ironhawk. So there might be a person out there who has High King Irongut in, like, 4th. But most people have them in like 2nd or 3rd for sure. So very important mythic. Then you have Flaming Oni, who's a really good mythic. Borderline top 10. I think I put him in my top 15. He's definitely on my top 20 mythics. 22 green, red, brown, Zaijen, Daemon Goblin. Summon 3 random goblins, then explode 54 green gems and gain an extra turn. So just Firestorm, convert 2 red gems to burning gems when my turn begins. Just super safe. An extra turn after exploding a ton of green, usually on a team full of goblins. Then you can summon 3 random goblins. Goblins are almost always good. It's just a really, really good safe troop to put on the bottom of your team and then not lose. And a decent mana generator as well, so if he can even help you go fast sometimes. King Gobtruffle, you got to get in the underworld, so he doesn't count. He's not in the event key drop table, but he is really good. Just shout out to that. I love Fundingus. Fundingus is good. Explode purple gems and summon and an extra turn. Underrated troop right here, Fundingus. And then, you know, String Fiddler's okay. Slug Hoarder might be one of the new ways to gold farm. We'll look into that more in the future here, but right now, just using him for the invasion, for the tower killing. But he could potentially be used to gold farm. You got String Fiddler. You know, just a bunch of other good goblins. If you're a beginner and you have a few hundred event keys, it would not hurt you to throw them at Zaijen and just get a bunch of goblins and hope to get High King Irongut or Flaming Oni. You couldn't miss. That would not be wrong at all. If you have any kind of event keys and you're don't have Rowan team yet or something, throwing event keys at Zaijen would be a good idea in my opinion. So that's the event key drop table. Let's see what else is going on this week. Alright, so today you're going to be doing your campaign. You're going to be working on the invasion. We got Legends Reborn out there floating around. We'll talk about that in a minute. We got Epic Trials. We got the Underspire. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Amnithrax, I think that is. So I'll definitely have a video on that on Tuesday, hopefully at reset. If not at reset, then a couple hours after reset. Wednesday, we have the little goblin guy picking his nose, I think, pet. And then Thursday, we have Thief class, which is a really good class, probably a top 5 class. Has a 50% start, has like an instant kill, is a good way to gold farm. It's a good class. I think Hunter's Mark and everything like that. So that's Thursday, Thief class event. And then this weekend, we have a Vault event. So there's so much right now that's a tax on your gems. Just the way the events are working right now, starting this week. The Underspire, if you're buying any kind of torches. Epic Trials, buying the pets. The other pet in Legends Reborn. What else? The dungeon, if you're still buying Dragonite there. And just all the other stuff we had to do before that with gems. It's just crazy right now with how much gems. Everybody's stack is going down and not up, I bet. So make sure you do the Vault event super hard this weekend is the lesson there I'm trying to give to you. But yeah, that's what's going on this week. Little Johnny's stories were always entertaining, but this one also had a ring of truth about it. It involved the legendary treasure of Dread Captain Grimm. Johnny believed he might know how to find it. The first step involved tracking down a sketchy goblin named Slugged Hoarder. Alright, tasks. The first 2 were so easy I didn't even know what they were. It was like kill green enemies and like Brawler or something. We do have PvP, but it's only 15 battles. That's not too bad. You should get to Tier 1 every week anyway to get your 46 Glory Keys. That's a good way to try to get Mythics and Gems and Legendaries is by getting Glory Keys. So you should do that anyway. As far as what you're getting, some copies of the pet, some Dragonite, some books, some more Dragonite, and then 5 HP. Alright, now, on to the Epic Trials. This will take a moment, but I like to actually run a battle on this video to show you my strategy actually works. Instead of just telling you, I want to show you. So, let's do an Epic Trial of Zaijen. I'm using, we got Turtle Cannon, Princess Fizzbang, Fundingus, and Queen Grapplepot. So I think the only thing I did was put Queen Grapplepot in the bottom slot. Everything up here is a mana generator. And then Queen Grapplepot is your damage dealer. You could put Queen, if you want to put her up 1, I wouldn't hate it. It's, so she can catch the green ahead of Fundingus. But Fundingus blows up purple and gets an extra turn, so it's probably going to blow up some yellow, get up Queen Grapplepot. If you put her at the back, she's less likely to die to Skulls. Fundingus is in the most protected slot, which is 3rd slot, and it's your summoner. So this is the way I'm doing it. Alright, but yeah, Turtle Cannon is your tank. 50% Skull reduction. It's also a decent mana generator. If you can hit Skulls, it'll make a ton of green and give you an extra turn. And then, like, Fundingus and Queen Grapplepot use green, so that's really awesome. Then Princess Fizzbang is okay. It's probably, like, the least useful troop on this team. But gain an extra turn and either explode all green gems or give 53 points of a random skill to a random ally. If the ally is a goblin, give double the effect. Your whole team is goblins except for the Turtle Cannon, so hopefully that hits one of your goblins. I'll show you what order to cast things in a moment. Fundingus is good, I think underrated, one of my favorite goblins. Explode purple gems, then summon either a giant toadstool or an explode stool, gain an extra turn. So that's what's going to keep you from losing in the Epic Trials. You can continuously summon with a troop that has an extra turn on it. Like, almost everything on your team has an extra turn, and then you have a summon. You should probably not lose. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Then Queen Grapplepot's the thing that's going to, like, kill everything, especially early. She deals damage to all enemies boosted by ally and enemy goblins and gain an extra turn. So you're getting her up, you're casting her, you're doing damage. Let's go. Let me show you some more intricacies of the team. Alright, so as always, you want to take Skulls. You don't want the enemy taking Skulls, because the more Skulls the enemies take, the more likely you are to die. And here, starting out, we have a green-brown banner. So you'd be smart to take green or brown because you get more value out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the brown up here. The turtle's decent at mana generating too, so getting him up first isn't bad. Now we're going to look for an area with the most Skulls but the least green. We have 3 Skulls right here with no green. That's great. We don't want to get rid of any green. We want to keep the green on the board because we're going to be making green. So we want to try for an extra turn. So we're looking for the most Skulls with the least green. That was 3 Skulls and no green. Gave me an extra turn. Alright, now the order of operation at this point would be to cast Queen Grapplepot. Because she doesn't change the board at all. She's doing damage and she gets an extra turn. You want to cast her, that way she's available to accept mana. Okay, so now Fundingus would be the priority. He's going to get an extra turn, he's going to explode and get an extra turn. If I take Skulls here, it would be the enemy's turn. I would rather cast Fundingus, get an extra turn, and then it's my turn again. See, now we have the Turtle Cannon and Princess Fizzbang. Here you would cast Princess Fizzbang because she actually has a chance at doing damage. She does it, 50% of the time, but you just want to go ahead and cast her, get her out of the way. She has an extra turn anyway. Doesn't really matter what she does. You're just going to cast her because she's up. She can't hurt you, basically. So we got an extra turn. We got some stats to Fundingus, I think. Now we're going to cast Fundingus. He has an automatic extra turn. That's higher priority than the Turtle Cannon, who's not an automatic extra turn. All right, now we'll do the turtle. We'll look for a spot with the least green but the most skulls. And right where I'm sitting, there's 4 skulls and no green. And that's like almost an automatic extra turn. If you can get 3 or 4 skulls caught up in there with no green, you're probably getting an extra turn. Everybody's up again. It's still my turn. I'm going to cast Queen Grapplepot and then take that yellow. Now we got yellow extra turn over here. Might as well take it. No reason to waste the Fundingus when we have an extra turn right here. Same with this purple. Let's take it. Alright, now we can cast Fundingus. Just don't do anything that's going to end your turn, basically. Try to keep it on your turn as long as possible. Taking Skulls right now would end my turn and give it to the enemy. So let's keep it on our turn as much as possible, whatever it takes. Casting Fundingus. Princess Fizzbang is up. Queen Grapplepot is always the highest priority. You can cast her, and this will still be here. Cast her. Take the brown. Looking for extra turns. Nothing on the board. Cast Princess Fizzbang. She has an automatic extra turn. No reason not to. It can't hurt you. Extra turn, and then we got like armor to Queen Grapplepot, which is fine. More durability. All right, now it's turtle time. We got 3 skulls here, but there's also 3 green gems. So I think you get 3 green per skull. So that would be almost the same as hitting 2 skulls with no green gems, which would be nowhere. So we might as well just do it right here. And we still got an extra turn. Alright, we got Queen Grapplepot. Don't even have to think about it, just cast her. Alright, now is there any extra turns? Yes or no? I don't see any. So we're going to cast Fundingus. We're not taking skulls because that will end our turn. It's still our freaking turn. Have they had a turn yet? I don't think so. Alright, we got Turtle Cannon. We got 3 skulls here with no green. That's pretty good. I'm going to cast it right here. Extra turn again. It's still my turn. Has it been their turn yet? I don't think so. Queen Grapplepot. Alright, Fundingus if there's no extra turns on the board. Let's go. It's Princess Fizzbang. No reason. Well, we can look for extra turns because she might explode the board. So we want to make sure we take them if they're there. Alright, let's cast her. She gave herself extra life and an extra turn. So finally, it's their turn. Like, I'm not going to get an extra turn here. But it took so long. It was pretty nice. Alright, I can get a blue and brown right here. Which will get up the Turtle Cannon. Then we could cast the Turtle Cannon. Let's grab this purple first. Grab the blue and green. Got Princess Fizzbang. Why not? Extra turn. Gave magic to Fundingus, which probably doesn't do anything, but it's fine. All right, we got the Turtle Cannon, so we got 2 skulls here together, and that's the only spot we have 2 together. There's only 1 green there, so I'm going to go there. Well, didn't get it that time. It's okay, though. Look how deep we are in the battle, and they're just now getting turns. We killed one of them. They get extra turns, too, though. That's why you want to keep it on your turn as much as possible. You don't want to be giving them a billion turns in a row, which they could definitely do. All right, Fundingus. And then Queen Grapplepot. Don't even need to look at the board yet. Purple extra turn. Free skulls. Fundingus. Princess Fizzbang if there's no extra turns. Here's yellow, though. Let's grab it. Okay, now Princess Fizzbang. No harm, no foul. There she goes exploding. Nice. All right, cast this. Don't even need to think about it. 2 down. 1 more cast of Queen Grapplepot, and we got this. All right, Fundingus, because it's an automatic extra turn. Turtle Cannon is not. Got to kill with skulls, and we win. So that was super easy. It was my turn most of the time. The enemy got a couple turns, and that's it. So that's how I would recommend doing it. I hope you appreciate the extra deep dive on the mechanics and the strategy of the battle, and not me just like telling you what to do, mansplaining it to you. I'm actually showing you what to do, which I hope is helpful for those of you out there watching the whole thing. By the way, the secret word is Mikey Mouse. The funniest thing from the chatathon, in my opinion. Underspire. Pretty easy. We got goblins. It's similar to the invasion event, so if you went in here with your invasion team, I mean, that's a good way to do it. Make sure you get the lantern. It's free. And then, the team I'm using, Norbert's Turnip, Gobtruffle, Flaming Oni. If you don't have Flaming Oni, you could use Goblin Shaman, you could use Fundingus, you could use the new troop, Slug Hoarder, any goblin that's going to mana generate, basically. That's not, hopefully not, like, the Slug Hoarder might not be the best because I know it's green and blue. Like, Goblin Shaman is purple and brown. That's almost perfect. Fundingus is red and green. That's similar to Flaming Oni. So if you don't have Flaming Oni, go get it with event keys, but you could also use Fundingus or Goblin Shaman in this slot. Norbert's Turnip is in the SOULFORGE. King Gobtruffle is in the Underworld. Everybody can use this team. The only thing you might not have is Flaming Oni, and I gave you 2 other options you could put there that are epic and under. Goblin Shaman is like a rare, and Fundingus is like an epic. So let's go see this team in action. Thief class. It's pretty much your truffle shuffle. And I think this is going to work the whole way. You could also do High King Iron Gut late. This is going to work way better than High King Iron Gut early, because you're just clearing everything in AoE one-shot type of stuff. High King Iron Gut's going to do stuff one at a time, and will work better later for this event. Right now, you're going to want to do Gobtruffle. Just trust me. Bunch of red. There he is. Bang, they're dead. So get up a Gobtruffle, cast it. Try to loop. There's the team code. Right there. But almost anything will work. I mean, we have goblins. You're not going to have a lack of options. Flaming Oni is good. High King Iron Gut is good. Gobtruffle is good. Fundingus is good. String Fiddler's decent. Slug Hoarder's good. You know? You could probably do it with Black Beast if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of good options. Goblin Shaman's a good replacement for some things. So, it should be pretty easy Underspire. By the way, with the Underspire we discovered last week, you do not need to buy the 3rd torch each day. You can make it all the way to the 7th boss if you want to, by buying 2 each day. So, the 50 option and then the 100 option. Don't buy the 150 option. You don't need it. You can buy the first 2 every single day and make it for sure. And you could probably buy less than that. Just buy the first 2 up until like Friday and see where you're at. And then go from there. You don't have to buy any on Sunday, maybe. Maybe you don't have to buy any except for like 1 on Saturday. I think technically you can buy 1 every single day and still make it. But you have to like have good pathing and good RNG. If you're going to buy only 1 every day, you're like hoping that you have good RNG and hoping that you make it. So I suggest buying 2 every day up until like Friday and then see where you're at. Skip that last one. It costs too much. It's better than like skipping 2 whole days. If you skip 2 whole days, you're saving 600. If you skip the last option every single day, you're saving like 900. You save extra if you skip the last option each day than you would if you skip like 2 whole days of buying. Use the 1 free lantern. I never recommend buying a lantern. If you're going to, just buy 1 time. It's $2. Then you can double all the good loot. Make sure you double everything except for like 3. If you're only going to do it for free, which is what I'm going to do this week, I'm not going to buy anything, and I'm going to see how far I can get for free. I'm going to double the first boss's loot, because I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to the 4th boss or not. If you're doing it for free and you're 100% sure you're going to make it to the 4th boss, then save your lantern for the 4th boss. But I think the more responsible, safe thing to do would be to double the first boss's loot. And then, you know, if you don't make it to the 4th boss, at least you got to double some good loot. But yeah, that's the Underspire. Alright, so Legends Reborn, you know how this goes. You play through the story, you'll get the Bork's Birdie. +1 skill points, Bork 3000. You can get it fully ascended just by playing through the story. And just use like a team you would use for like a pet rescue or a dungeon or something like that. You know? It's not rocket science there. You probably don't need a team for that. We got Tina's toy here. I think this one is for, you have to buy it with money, even though it's the best one, which sucks. So the best one this week is money locked. It's pay to win. We got the horsey. You get this by getting these blue things. I might even be able to get it right now. Clockwork pony. And then you can get this, which I recommend. It's Tesla's pet. Gives her more skill points, making a really strong troop even stronger. And you get fully ascended. 3 different fully ascended pets for this kingdom. You will never need to do any other pet hunting for Adana again. If you get 3 pets fully ascended plus the Delve pet, you're probably never going to need more than 4 fully ascended pets. So yeah, that's how it goes. Play through the quest to get Bork's Birdie. Do the Doohickey Dingleberry for the horsey. You buy the clock with gems. First one's for Bork. Second one's for Clockwork, whatever. And the third one is for Tesla. The money one is Tina. Defeat yellow enemies to earn arcane cores and unlock more pets and rewards. So we're getting a blue doohickey from killing yellow enemies. So if you want to just specifically kill yellow enemies, which I would not recommend, you should just let it happen naturally as you play the game. You would go to somewhere like Whitehelm. It's a yellow kingdom. Go look up a yellow traitstone and then click on it. It will take you to a yellow kingdom where there's more yellow enemies. Yeah, I think that's everything. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments, because there's so much going on. It would not be crazy if I did forget something. But I think that's everything. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot to get about the channel. Comment below. Thank you very much for the chatathon. It was the longest one. It was super successful. The 11th one in a row. I could not do this without you guys. It's just literal. That's just a literal statement. You hear it all the time on YouTube, like I couldn't do this without you guys. It's literal, though. If there was 0 views, I would not keep doing this. I'm a 30-something-year-old man, and I'm already playing video games. Like, that's already my hobby. You can't say that, because then I'm doing YouTube on top of that about video games. So my video games takes twice as long as your video games, maybe 3 times as long. So you're out there playing Gems of War, not shade at all, because I'm doing the same thing. That's our hobby. That's fine. You're allowed to have a hobby. But here I am doing another thing on top of that, making my video games take 2 or 3 times longer. So I have to explain myself to other adults IRL, like why I'm spending so much time on video games. Yeah, it's my hobby, but then times that by 3 as far as how much time it takes and how much effort. So then I have to explain to everybody why I'm playing video games for 3 or 4 hours a day. Well, it's because I'm doing YouTube, because I'm making videos, because I'm editing, because I'm making thumbnails, because I'm doing an 8 or 9 hour live stream. Like, that's why. So you guys being my producers, my choir members, my singers, help so much. It's a 50-50 thing as far as everything goes. It gives me a good comeback to people if they ever say that IRL. I can say, yeah, well, you know, it's worth it because of this. It's worth it because of that. I get this many views. I help this many people, you know. Not on top of the monetization and everything. I could say that actually, you know, is worth my time and effort. So, I appreciate it. It's a 50-50 thing. If it wasn't for you guys, I literally would not be doing this. I wouldn't be sitting here making videos for 0 people. I wouldn't be doing 9-hour live streams if you guys weren't supporting me and helping me out. So, really appreciate it a lot. See you guys next time. You're the best. Peace out.